Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial. As a military historian, one of the things that I grew up doing with my family was visiting battlefields. But I'm a naval historian. It was always super hard for me to get to battlefields. Eventually, I made it to Pearl Harbor and got to see that battlefield, but going to places like the Philippine Sea or Leyte Gulf are just about impossible for your average person, especially if you're a 10-year-old. However, museum ships give you the opportunity to go to a piece of that battlefield. And just like in your Gettysburg or Yorktown, you can go and stand exactly where the commanders of those battles were. Today, we're on the flag bridge of Battleship New Jersey, where Admiral Halsey and his 3rd Fleet staff commanded from during the largest naval battle of all time, and the last carrier versus carrier battle of all time, and the last battleship versus battleship battle of all times. October 23rd to 26th is the 80th anniversary of this battle. And on Saturday, October 26, 2024, Battleship New Jersey is hosting a symposium with 7 different lecturers who are going to present their research, often new and groundbreaking research, about the battle. And you can get tickets to come out and meet them, hear their new presentations, get copies of their books potentially, and spend a day, not just any day, but the 80th anniversary day, on Halsey's flagship. On behalf of the museum's board's Military Advisory Committee, Captain Walt Urban is going to be introducing. Former Secretary of the Navy Kenneth Brightwaite is going to be the Master of Ceremonies. Our first speaker is Marty Irons, who already has 2 books on the Pacific War published and is currently working on a book about some of Halsey's actions during World War II. He's going to be presenting about Halsey's health during the battle and how that impacted his decision-making process. For our second presentation, we've got Robert Lundgren and Anthony Tully presenting about the Battle of Surigao Strait. Robert Lundgren's coming up from Maryland. Anthony Tully is flying in from Texas, and they're going to be presenting their new paper, which is about to come out on the battle, where they've been able to look at the wrecks and some of the other documents that haven't been given as much historical treatment as they should have, to rewrite the battle and how the American battleships in particular performed differently than we previously thought. I'm excited to hear about my own home state battleship, USS Maryland, and how she performed. Longtime friend of the museum, Drakhinifel, is going to be flying in from England to give a presentation about the Sibuyan Sea and the Japanese center force on their way to Samar. And we're excited to have him on board again. Participants in the conference will be fed a lunch, and then following lunch, we have Admiral Sam Cox, the head of Naval History and Heritage Command, to talk about the Battle of Samar. And then finally, coming in from Louisiana, we have Park Stevenson, who's the executive director of the destroyer USS Kidd Museum in Baton Rouge, and was a part of the team that discovered the wrecks of Johnston and Samuel B. Roberts, and he's going to be talking about his work on uncovering that underwater battlefield that if you thought very few people can make it to a naval battlefield, an even smaller number of people can make it to the sea floor version of that battlefield. So I'm excited to hear his presentation. We, of course, strongly encourage you to come out and visit Halsey's flagship during that time period, but we've only got a limited number of tickets to attend this presentation, so make sure you get them now while you still can. There is a link in the description below, and we're excited to see you on board next month. Have you ever read any of the books that these various authors have put out? If you own a copy, make sure you bring it so they can sign it. If not, some of them will have copies of their books on hand to sell. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, also from a number of other businesses and private individuals like yourselves. We really appreciate your support. It's what allows us to be here 80 years after our biggest battle. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to attend this presentation, which all the proceeds from go into supporting the ongoing restoration of Battleship New Jersey. You can also support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find out about the channel and the museum. Thanks for watching.